Greetings. The following podcast may include stories featuring dumb people doing really dumb things, some nonsensical segments, and some saucy language. Consider yourself sufficiently warned. Now enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 123, keep it down, Celine Dion. The Disney princesses go to war in this week's Celebrity Battle Royale, and somebody made a documentary about Sylvester Stallone. That's nice. And much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to episode number 123 of the Waffle Box. It's the original Waffle Box, the people's podcast. You accept no substitutions. It is the best part of Wednesday, coming to you all the way from the home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this. We do this because we love you. Producer Lathan, what's shaking?
Well, it's that time of year again when poor Lathan gets freaked the fuck out by the clocks going back.
Yeah.
I was watching TV on my couch on Saturday night when I must have dozed off at 1:50 a.m. I then woke up and checked my phone to see that it was 1:20 a.m. For a split second, I thought I had somehow mastered the art of time travel. Alas, I'm just a fucking idiot.
You are an idiot. But
yeah,
I'm with
daylight
producer
savings.
Lathan. I'm so over daylight savings, man. I genuinely thought we voted to have this thing discontinued like a few years ago. I remember this thing winning too. But for some reason, here we are, engulfed in darkness tonight.
Well, who cares about farmers? Because that's the original reason behind it, right? So the farmers could have some extra daylight in the winter.
And my attitude about it is, thanks for all you do, guys, but wake up an hour earlier. Leave me out of it.
They have torches now. Just get on with it. Let me live my life where, because the average person works 9 to 5 now. It's pitch black before they finish work. It's bullshit. Ugh.
It's no fun. It's no fun.
But yeah, other than that, week 2 of is that a really cool Crash Bandicoot hoodie? No, it's a graphic tee over a generically blank hoodie. Oh, I am high fashion. How are you, Kush?
I am also high fashion. It is Turtleneck November.
Ooh, I like that.
That's right.
I
Every
wish we had a
episode
little
this
jingle
month
for that now.
Ooh, well, maybe next year. But yeah, Turtleneck November.
Looks like you're gonna be breaking in and stealing some jewelry. Prize
Please.
diamond.
Not while you're awake.
You're gonna be dodging through some laser beams. Oh. And they think they're onto you, but somehow at the last minute, you're in the back of the other van. They think you're in the van you're in, but nope, you're in the other one. How did that happen? Thief never tells you.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Oh. 1 second. Yeah, I'm gonna be muting myself a lot. I'm sick, Kush. I'm sick.
I don't know.
Oh.
You running a fever, bud? What's your symptoms besides a cough?
Well, as of right now, it's just pretty much a little bit of sniffly nose and a cough. But
that's how it starts.
Well, no, it started last week. So I mean, after we recorded last week's episode, I was like, towards the last 10 minutes of Waffle Box last week. I don't know if it came across on the audio, but I started getting a little bit of a tickle in my throat.
I remember you saying that.
I was like, oh, here it comes. And then the next day I wake up, pounding headache, like chainsaws in my throat, and I was like, oh, I'm sick. And so so now all of my and you know, the one joyful thing about being sick is, do you know what I don't know if you enjoy this or not, but sometimes, you know, when you're like, oh, I need to blow my nose, and then you get the tissue and you blow your nose, and it's like, the only way I can explain it is, it feels like your brain is trying to escape, like so much gunk just comes out of your nose. Oh, that feels so good.
I don't find that I don't find that refreshing at all. In fact, with the mustache and the beard, I hate it even more.
Yeah,
There's
you gotta.
extra cleanup needed. No, what I like to do is I take a hot steamy shower and I just blow everything into that fucking drain.
Oh,
That's
in the
what I do.
shower.
In the shower, yeah, not in the
Graceful.
car, not in the baby's room, in the shower. It just washes down the drain. It's fine.
No, because I'm always worried about doing that. Like, you hold one nostril and you blow out the other, and
Yeah.
if it just like over myself, and even though I'm in the shower,
Yeah,
it's still like, oh,
yeah. You can always use your hand, and then you wash your
on.
hand. Again, we're in the shower.
I know, I know we're in the shower, but it just seems weird to me. And I'm one of these people that pisses in the shower, and people look down upon that. But I don't know, blowing your nose in the shower, I draw the line, sir. I draw the line.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't support a shower pisser. Get out of here.
But then what made things worse, Kush, was I've been trying to better myself, get myself in better shape. Because, even though I look skinny,
A reflection of perfection.
right? That's what I'm saying. But I'm not in shape. I'm not very fit. So I signed up for a high intensity cardio class, right?
Okay.
And it was originally scheduled, my first class was originally scheduled for Thursday. But then Wednesday, I was like, okay, I'm not feeling this. And I don't think I should be doing a high intensity cardio class. So I phoned him up and I moved it back. And I was like, I'll do it Monday. That's far enough. It's a cold. I'll be over it by then. Sunday, I wake up. I'm still feeling it a little bit, but generally I feel like pretty normal. Okay. Oh, I'm better. So I'll keep the class. I don't want to muck them about and keep pushing it back. I'll keep the class. Woke up Monday morning, feeling pretty good. So let's take this class. The class lasted about 50 minutes. After about 20 minutes, I was outside, like dying. Like, oh my God, am I having a heart attack right now? It was just, it was horrible. It was
might be a little too intense for you.
Yeah. Don't do cardio classes when you're sick. If you're going to learn anything from this week's episode, learn that. Jesus. Like, it was general. Everything was tight. I just felt like I was gonna it was horrible. It was a horrible experience. And what made it worse, the trainers kept coming out to check on me. I was like, just leave me alone. I just want to be alone right now.
They
it's
have
embarrassing
to
enough.
Check on you.
I know, I guess because you don't want to get sued or anything in case someone dies. But That's right. I left the class, so I wasn't even going to be on their property so the corpse could have been from anywhere. There you go. Oh, but that's pretty much what I've been up to. So yeah, but then fuck it. About being sick. This is the last time I'm going to mention me being sick because I was an idiot, right? So I was thinking, right, I've got a cough now. That's pretty much the only thing that's lingering on. So I went to CVS. Other pharmacy stores are available, and I went in and I looked across the thing, and there was a thing called Mucinex. And it was like for congestion and cough. And it was like a double pack. It was on sale. So you had the daytime version and the nighttime version. It's like, perfect. This is going to be great. So I start taking that. I take one dose when I get it. And then I wait 4 hours, take another dose. Later to find out that apparently Mucinex is only good for if you have like very phlegmy, mucusy coughs.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a dry cough. So apparently I'm just chugging Mucinex for the fun of it. It's not going to do anything, so I just wasted $20.
Yeah,
fantastic.
You should go back to CVS and get you some Dayquil and NyQuil. That shit is amazing. Yeah,
could do that.
The Dayquil will not make you drowsy at all. You can sleep on it, but it will not make you drowsy. You can still operate heavy machinery and all that good shit. But that NyQuil, feel like a new man in the morning, man. Swear to God.
I'll just drink until I pass out.
Oh, well, you could do that too.
Well, the hangover's probably gonna feel like shit. Or whatever. I mean, I've been laying in bed for like a week. I'm done negotiating with the terrorists. I'm living my life. That's what I say. That's what I say.
Choose life.
Choose
I
life.
believe some
Don't do
heroin
drugs.
addicts said that.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor, I think. Was it him in Train
It
Spotting?
was. It was.
Shout out to Ewan McGregor. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Was he Obi-Wan Kenobi?
He was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, check out the knowledge. Check out the knowledge. A big brain on bread. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about this week. A lot of top stories. Should we dive straight into it like
Let's
a
go.
majestic swan? Swans dive.
In
I've always
theory,
heard the
there's a
term
dive
swan
named
dive,
after
but
him.
swans just kind of just bob around, don't they? And then every now and again they whack their heads in the water to grab a fishy. Do they dive?
Probably. It'd be weird if they didn't.
Oh, I have to Wikipedia
Also,
that.
swans, very aggressive, very
They are.
mean little bastards.
So yeah, just like a swan, we are going to aggressively protect our lake and dive right into this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Quick one starts off with because I'm only basing this off of Twitter or X, as Elon Musk insists that we refer to it now. But I woke up this morning and I opened up my Twitter account or X, which I have on iPhones. I don't know if you can do it on Androids, because I know you're a green texter. I'm a blue boy, but you can. What you are? You have an Android phone, right?
I don't know what that means. Yeah, yes, I do have an Android.
Yeah, and so when you text me, they show up as green bubbles. But if someone texts me from an iPhone, it comes up a blue bubble.
Oh, okay. I don't have that feature. It's just text.
Well,
No bubbles.
You get what you pay for. But on iPhone, you can create shortcuts where you can make your own icons for each app. And so I have a picture of Exhibit for my X app. It's quite nice. Makes me smile every time.
Nice.
But anyway, I saw on the trending topics, because I like to keep my finger on the pulse. I like to be a man of the people. I want to know what they're talking about. And one of the top trends was the phrase Peter Parker is Spider-Man, or Spider-Man is Peter Parker, or something like that. It was something to those dead screen, right? And I was wondering, okay, what are people just now realizing who's under the mask, who is New York's friendly neighborhood spider? Turns out that whoever makes the video games for Spider-Man, I don't know who it was, doesn't really matter, doesn't add anything to the story, have announced that in future, when they release a Spider-Man game, it's going to be Miles Morales and not Peter Parker. And as you can imagine, Kush, the internet has taken this rather well.
I believe.
Yeah, everyone's so upset about it. It's like, I'm not going to really add much to this story, but it's a fucking comic book. Like, this reminds me of that time. Do you remember when they released a comic where Superman's son was gay or something, and everyone was like,
yes, or bisexual.
What?
He's
Yeah,
a bisexual.
like who gives a fuck? It's a fucking comic book. It's a fake character. Who gives a shit if it's Peter Parker and Miles Morales? We've already established. I mean, I haven't watched the movies, but we've already established Miles Morales is Spider-Man, but just from a different multiverse, right?
Basically, yes.
So the games, I'm assuming, are going to be based in his multiverse. Who gives a shit? All you're doing is sitting in your room controlling a computer-generated man dressed as a spider, and you're getting this upset about it. I don't know.
People is dumb. We already went through this also 20 years ago when Miles Morales was first introduced to the comic book world. Yeah, it got really ugly, very nasty, but eventually people embraced it. Like again, there was 2 movies, and yeah, people. One of them won an Academy Award. The other one made 3 times as much as the one that won the Academy Award. So that's, yeah, this is dumb. People are dumb. And yeah, this is why I'm glad I'm not on Twitter anymore.
I'm going to, I don't want to assume something about everyone because you can't paint everyone with the same brush. That's not fair. But I am going to assume that there are a number of people whose main gripe with Miles Morales might be the pigment of his skin. I'm just gonna
Could be.
Batman's not black, but again, it's a comic book character in a video game. Like, fuck's sake, it's just like they could make it. Didn't they make it like a the Simpsons? No, that was a kind of the Spider Pig. That was kind of a joke, but isn't there an animal in Spider-Verse?
Yeah, Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham. There we go. I don't see many people getting upset about that. I want to see a Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham is amazing. He was a spider bitten by a radioactive pig.
Wait, what?
Spider-Ham was a spider
Right.
who was bitten by a radioactive pig.
So he turned into a pig?
Yes. Turned into a spider pig.
But so then why didn't Peter Parker turn into a spider when he got bit by the radioactive spider? He just got the spidery abilities. Surely, if anything, the spider should have got pig abilities. I don't know what pig abilities are.
Spider-Ham's world, he's Jesus Christ, dude. In Spider-Ham's world, he's a fucking cartoon.
What are pig abilities? The ability to consume the entire human body for the gangsters.
Sure, that's one thing.
Set the spider on it. Takes a little longer, but gets the job done. But there you go. Miles Morales coming to a video game near you. Chill the fuck out. Next one. Celine Dion has been in the news recently. I know she's been having some ailments recently. She's not been too well, bless her.
It's a rough couple of years this lady's had.
Rough couple of years. But if you're not familiar with her, how could you not be? But Celine Dion has topped charts around the world, has won countless awards. She even spent, I think, I haven't fact-checked this, but I think when she did the theme song for Titanic with My Heart Will Go On, I think she was number one for about 12 years, I think, roughly. It never went away. It never went away. But one town in New Zealand has had enough of her, frankly, after car drivers recently joined a craze of blasting out her ballads at 2 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
So what is this? Cool. What is this craze? So residents of Porirua in New Zealand have launched a petition to bring an end to the noise, but petition of the quote siren battles say that they are a way to express themselves. So the battles, if you're not familiar with a siren battle, everyone knows siren battles. Cool. So they involve a bunch of people getting together with the cars, and then they have a siren on their roof, which is typically used for like emergency services. Instead of doing that, they blast Celine Dion music, and the idea is to be the person who can play the music the loudest, but also the clearest.
These people should consider themselves lucky that apparently Nickelback aren't that popular in New Zealand.
Okay. I guess we should also be lucky that sideshows are our biggest problem out here. People doing donuts in the front yard.
At least they look pretty with all the smoke and stuff.
Not really, but probably better than music blasting at 2 a.m. Although those cocksuckers also blast a lot of music very loudly when they are ghostwriting the whip and all that other fun stuff.
You know what I do like though, I've seen it when they'll when you're talking about what you're talking about, when they do like the burnouts. When they like, I guess, get special tires or something, and it's like different colors and shit. Like, oh, Oh, look at that. Oh, it's blue. Oh, it's pink. That's nice.
I've not seen that.
Oh, I'll give him an idea. Give me their phone number. I'll get him onto that. So next time you see him, go, excuse me, can I have your phone number? My friend wants to talk to you. See how that goes. No, okay.
I'll do that.
One of the fellas who organizes this, Paul Lesoa, said, we try to use music that is higher treble, is clear, with not much bass, which is why they picked Celine Dion's music. Apparently it's perfect for those battles. The cars can have anywhere between 7 to 10 sirens. Jeez.
Fucking hell.
With competitions usually held throughout the night. One local resident, Wes Garkuchen, like, why does nothing interesting ever happen involving Dave Smith? It's always Wes Garkuchen. Anyway, so he is the author of a petition hoping to stop the siren battles, said the taxpayers are, quote, tired of the inaction and dismissive attitude shown by the council and the mayor concerning the issue. The petition has amassed hundreds of signatures, only hundreds, that's terrible, and calls on the city council to stop people. Yeah, they should get some sheep to sign it. Fucking shit ton over there. So the petition calls on the city council to stop people blasting music all night. Stephen Lewis, who signed the petition, wrote next to his signature that, quote, sleep is a basic human right.
Obviously, this cunt has never worked a night shift in his life. Spare a thought for those poor bastards who are constantly being woken up by you normies talking about how you ordered your coffee with 3 pumps of caramel and 4 pumps of vanilla, but the barista gave you 4 pumps of caramel and only 3 pumps of vanilla. Buy some earplugs and shut the fuck up.
I mean, he makes a good point, I guess.
No, he doesn't, actually. As someone who's done the night shift, yes, I get it. It's fucking aggravating. Like, someone rings the doorbell, the phone. This is normal. That's normal waking hours. Sorry, the rest of the world is up just because you're asleep. You pulled the wrong card out of the deck and you picked a shitty shift. So you can always not do the graveyard shift. That is an option. But yeah, again, it's the cost of doing business on the graveyard shift. So no, Lathan, bad AI.
This would be a good time to play the Commodores. Marvin on the night shift. But yeah, I
nice cut.
Like I see where Lathan's coming from, but yeah, I don't understand why this is important. That this needs to be done at 2 a.m. Why can't you do this at 6 p.m.
or 2 in the afternoon? Yes, it's just these guys are a bunch of cunts.
Maybe these people got work. Maybe they got biased amount of fucking sirens. Where the fuck do you buy a siren? They clearly don't have any work. Sirens.
The Siren Depot.
Siren Shack.
Yeah. They do some good work. No, these people clearly don't have day jobs because they're up at 2 a.m. blasting Celine Dion.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
I know. That's why I said it.
But yeah, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind listening to Celine Dion very loud. But yeah, 2 a.m. Chill the fuck out, guys. Like, just chill out. Just have it like, I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say do it after work. But again, we've already clarified you probably don't have work. So, because if you're doing this in the middle of the night, you're not working the night shift, and you're probably not waking up at 6 a.m. to get, no, whatever. Dicks, New Zealand, don't fuck yourself. Next one. Oh, Kush. Oh, Kush. You know how I love a good list, right?
Oh, yes.
No, good. And I found a doozy because this news, I'm not going to spoil it quite yet. Fuck it, I will. So, pest control company Orkin has released the 2023 list of the most rattiest cities in America.
Didn't we do this last week? It's Chicago.
What?
Number 1's Chicago.
We did this last week. No, we didn't do this last week. We
There's
did
a couple
last
weeks.
week's.
Well, am I right? Is number one Chicago?
It is Chicago. Well, fuck me.
Yeah.
We didn't do this, did we?
Positive. Then I must have had some sort of premonition or a fever dream or whatever. But yeah.
I don't believe you. Well, do you remember the rest of the fucking top 10, or you just totally ruined my speech?
New York is number 2. And then everything else is a blank. But I remember like going, oh, this is like, what do you think the number 1 is, Kush? I was like, New York. Saw a documentary about it. You're like, you might be right, but you're not. And then you revealed Chicago as the big winner. And yeah.
Wait, are you sure we didn't do this last year?
A little more recently than a year ago. Yes, sir. Maybe it was last month, but yeah, we. Oh.
Well, bollocks then. I was going to play the family feud music and everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why have I just come up? What? This is very confusing because I'm normally very good at my organization of what we've talked about and what we haven't talked about.
You've been sick though.
Well, what else? What else do you want to talk about? Well, should we just get into the dumb world record then?
Yeah, let's do that.
But anyway, yeah, New York was number 3 actually.
Oh, pardon me.
So there.
Just the facts, man.
Los Angeles was number 2. They went up a spot since last year, the year before.
Congratulations.
And then, so yeah, just in case anyone's number 10 was Cleveland, number 9 was Detroit, number 8 Denver, 7 Baltimore, 6 was Philadelphia, 5 was San Francisco. Oh, you need to up your game, Kush. You need to up your game. Number 4 is Washington, D.C.
I was about to make a joke about how we have rats in D.C., but I fear that suddenly people who have more siblings than teeth would think I was their friend.
Yep, that would happen. Number 3, New York. Number 2, LA. Number 1, Chicago. Congratulations to Chicago. I've probably already mentioned that. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm going to have to scour through old waffle boxes to find if I did talk about it. Because if we didn't, Kush, you better sleep with one eye open, pal. Because
I'll just punch you in the chest and watch you keel over.
Now I don't get to play this. This is gonna be like the highlight of my night. I was gonna be Steve Harvey and everything. He's so funny. What a guy.
He's a funny guy.
What a guy. Anyway,
here's my Steve Harvey impression. That's when he said something just wild and outlandish, and we're on a family show. All right, thanks. Steve Harvey, everybody. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, everyone. Doesn't he normally like to talk about how he has to go to church or something? Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's talk about some people who are achieving things with their life, and they have a bit of paper that proves it. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? That's why. Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Why, oh, why indeed. This week's Dumb World Record comes to us courtesy of Grace Good. There we go. That's a nice, easy name for me to pronounce. She is an experienced circus performer, and she put her hula hooping skills to the test and broke not one, Kush, no, but 2 Guinness World Records with her hula hooping skills.
Yeah, all right.
So she earned the record for most hula hoops spun simultaneously whilst balancing on a giant rolling globe.
Okay.
And then she she broke the world record for most fire hoops spun simultaneously when she so as you're a big circus guy, I know you're a big circus performer back in the day before your knees went. How many? So there's no time. I think there's no time limit on this. But how many hula hoops was she able to keep going at the same time whilst balancing on a ball?
50.
50?
Are we talking rotations or actual units of hula hoop?
So actual hula hoops. So even if she can do one rotation as long as all of them are moving. But she has to have all of them going.
I'm going to say 20 then. I'm going to lower just a little bit. 20
Not,
hula hoops.
Not bad. She actually kept 28 hula hoops going at the same time. Then she thought, fuck this. This is too easy. Give me that lighter. Give me that lighter fuel, please. And so she sets them on fire. But she got off the ball. She got off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
How many hula hoops do you reckon she kept going? So she did 28 sans fire. How many do you reckon she managed while they're on fire?
35.
So you reckon she did more while they're on fire?
Well, she would have done more, but she's trying to control the ball. So now she's not needing to control the ball. She can do more hula hoops.
Good logic. That's good logic. She managed to do 8.
Okay. Well, so the fire is involved. Fire is involved. I get it.
Yeah.
Still, I couldn't do that.
You could or couldn't?
Could not.
See, I don't know if I could or not because I'm not dumb enough to try it. Like, why would you do that? It's dangerous, right?
It seems pretty dangerous.
Yeah. But why does she do this, you may ask? Circus performer told the Guinness World Record that her journey started with some friends when they introduced her to flow arts. No idea what flow arts is? Do you have any idea?
Nope.
Apparently. So it's a yoga-like activity involving hula hoops. That makes sense. Quote, I started with the hula hoops and became obsessed with adding more and more. Eventually, I was introduced to performing with fire, and the rest is history. Well, of course. Naturally, you're gonna... What do you reckon, man? Other than hula hoops, sorry, forget hula hoops, since we're not doing them. What do you reckon you could, like, do you reckon you could juggle some balls that are on fire?
Nope, can't juggle. Tried, cannot do it. No fire, can't do it.
Can you do a shot that's on fire?
No, I'm worried about all the beard. So no shots on fire either.
Have you ever done a flaming sambuca? It's very big in the UK.
I have not.
Because the trick is you have to like pour the shot in and then you have to keep it alight. So you have to and then you like let the flames come out your mouth and then you swallow it.
No, thank you.
I did it once. Well, no, I've done it more than once. But one time I got a little bit too carried away and nothing bad happened. But after I took the shot, I was like, that was a nice shot. And that was pretty impressive, right? But then for the rest of the night, I could smell like the burnt ends.
Yep. No, I back in high school, I was smoking a bowl, and when you smoke weed, resin builds up within the chamber of the glass pipe.
Okay.
And if you don't clean it periodically, it'll form formations. I know that sounded stupid, but just go with me on this. So anyways, got the weed packed, smoking a bowl here, and I still don't know how it happened, but it took a hit off of the pipe, and somehow a flame shot right at my nose.
Ooh.
So I was not in any danger. It was a little startling, and then the rest of the night I could not escape burnt nose hair because it's right up in there. So, yeah, it all grows back, unfortunately, but yeah, that happened. That's happened a couple times.
I know it serves a purpose, but it's fucking annoying when you can you can. But I do have some. I've got one of those buzzers, it'd be a special attachment. I just sometimes just sit there watching TV up my nose, and then you blow your nose and all the hair comes out. Oh, it's maybe I'm getting on, but I seem to be a big fan of blowing my nose in different variations. You gotta have the simple things in life. But there you go.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Grace Good. You 30-year-old person still playing with hula hoops.
Good for you, Grace.
Get a real job. Still to come, we celebrate someone's birthday in the middle of the show quiz. We talk about Sylvester Stallone. He's got a documentary out, plus much, much more. Stick around, won't you? We'll be right back after this short break.
Babe Ruth is up. He looks sluggish.
Martin, all he's doing is sweating. I'm not sweating, and I'm wearing a turtleneck. You're fired.
Jackson's out to talk to Ruth.
What's wrong, babe?
I was out all night, Reg.
Try this. Lipton Brisk Iced Tea.
Ah, that's brisk, baby.
Give it a ride, babe.
Holy cow, what a shot!
Get a case of that stuff for the postseason.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, welcome back to episode 123 of Waffle Box. It's the middle of the show, so if you ask me, it's perfect time for the middle of the show quiz. And now let's find out whose birthday it is. It's Tara Reid's 48th birthday today. Congratulations. Do you remember Tara Reid?
I do. She's been mainly in the Sharknado movies the last decade. But I remember her from before that.
She did other things. Like, she kept many a boy up at night. She made, you know what I mean? Bless her. 48, still going strong, still looking good.
Do you remember the botched plastic surgery job she had?
No. Do tell.
She was at some event. Paparazzi, red carpet, that whole gimmick, and she's wearing a very, very loose dress. So loose that when she leaned over to reach for something or to sign an autograph or just say hello to a person, and her titty popped out. And everyone's like, "Ooh, nip slip." No. She apparently got some sort of bad boob job, and so the areola looked like pepperoni, which is not supposed to look like at all, boys and girls. No, it was very bad. Don't do it. Anyway, that was a thing for a minute.
Did she get her areola fixed? The streets need to know.
The world may never know.
Oh.
You're gonna have to have intimate knowledge of her from there.
I hope you've been brushing up on your Tara Reid knowledge. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. Obviously, the name of the game is to get at least 3 out of 5, or 5 out of 5 for the Grand Slam. Lathan, if you could, give us a little bit of music for the quiz. So question number 1.
Number one.
Tara Reid was born in Bergen County, New Jersey. Which NFL franchise that plays in Bergen County made Tom Brady their bitch during the previous 2 Super Bowl victories?
Despite the fact I don't follow football, even I should know this answer because who doesn't know Tom Brady? It's not the Patriots, is it? They don't play in New York, of course not. I'm gonna say the Jets. The Giants? The New York Giants?
Jesus. Yeah, it was the New York Giants.
Okay, well, why'd I get a... Oh, whatever.
Because, well, first you said apparently you think the New England Patriots play in Bergen County, New Jersey.
You guys have a weird system up there. What do I know?
All right, question number 2.
And the San Francisco 49ers play in Santa Clara. Go figure.
And Dallas plays in Arlington, I think.
Hilarious.
No, not Arlington. Is it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Cowboys suck. They're never going to win anything ever again. Quiz number 2. In 1999, Tara Reid, or Tara Reid? Is it Tara Reid or Tara Reid? Whatever.
I mean, I think they go both ways.
Ooh,
Like a
that's the
bisexual.
rumor. So in 1999, she starred in American Pie.
True.
Kush, what is the most popular pie in America?
Apple pie.
Correct. Question number 3.
Number 3.
In 2002, Tara Reid starred alongside which Wrexham AFC owner who apparently also does some acting in his spare time?
That would be Mr. Ryan Reynolds, Esquire, Senior.
Yes. For a little bit of bonus pointage, can you name the movie that they starred in together in 2002?
Van Wilder.
National Lampoon's Van Wilder.
You gotta say the whole thing. You're correct. I appreciate you giving me the point, but you're right. I should have said the whole thing.
The whole thing. Question number 4.
Number 4.
Tara Reid, as Kush previously mentioned, has starred as Tara Wexler in all 6 Sharknado movies. Why?
Because the checks keep clearing.
Yep, I'll take that as an answer.
I figured it was because she was trying to earn money to finish her law degree, and she didn't like how she looked in clear heels and glitter, so Sharknado was her only other choice.
Listen, that would also be acceptable as an answer. Question number 5.
Number 5.
In 2011, Tara Reid was on season 8 of British TV's Celebrity Big Brother, alongside other stellar A-list celebrities such as David Hasselhoff's ex-wife, the wife of the Speaker of the House of Commons, and an Australian magazine photographer. Where did she finish?
Oh, last? I imagine they kicked her out very quickly. Oh.
She come 8th. Thankfully, for her own ego, she did finish above David Hasselhoff's ex-wife. Like, it's amazing. But I love the fact that they But yeah, anyway, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus bonus points. Yeah, I'll give you that one. You are a winner.
You win.
But I remember once, I think it was the British Celebrity Big Brother, where they had we're going to bring him up soon, Sylvester Stallone. I think they had Sylvester Stallone's mum.
Okay, Jackie Stallone.
Yeah, okay. What does that count as being a celebrity?
Yeah,
I gave birth to Sylvester Stallone.
She's done some acting, but she's mainly a producer. She was also the promoter of Glow.
Oh,
yeah. That's why Randall Tex Cobb, and that's why Stallone usually has wrestlers as tough guys in his movies. Like Jackie was in the circuit.
Oh, fun.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah.
Didn't know that at all. Fun. Speaking of wrestlers, brawling and getting it on, battle it on. It's now time to pit 4 celebrities against each other and see which one comes out on top and wins this week's championship in this week's Celebrity Battle Royale.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah. This week's Celebrity Battle Royale is, well, I was trying to look over what things are happening. What's topical right now that I could come up with, and I saw that Disney are releasing a new movie this month called Wish.
I know of it. I don't know
Yeah.
anything else about it though. I know it's a movie. I know it's a cartoon. I know it's called Wish, and I know it has a little star character that sounds like a balloon being deflated when you squeeze the tip too tight. Anyway,
Like a fart.
yeah, like
Yeah.
a balloon fart.
But anyway, so that got the old cogs moving in the brain. I thought, you know what? Since we've introduced this segment, we've only been talking about the fellas. It's about time we introduce the women's division in this.
Are you ready, ladies?
Yes, ready. So what we've done, we are pitting 4 Disney princesses against each other, and it's about to go down.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Take him out.
in one corner, we have Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Mm.
And she is facing off with Jasmine from Aladdin. And then in comes the old guard, facing off against Snow White. And the final competitor, Cinderella. So we're about to ring the bell. It's Belle versus Jasmine versus Snow White versus Cinderella. Who beats who, eliminates how, and who comes the ultimate champion this week, Kush?
Well, this might take a minute. One is just got some
Your connection's
self-esteem
gonna
issues.
just to let you know,
And,
your
you know,
connection went a bit
there's
funny.
another
You
lady
was
there, too.
auto tuning for a second there.
Yeah, that'll happen. That shall happen. Like I said, this is a not such an easy choice here, but let's try and do this here. So, Belle's gonna get distracted by some books by Cinderella, who then trips and breaks her ankle. And then Snow White comes, but she's also a little intoxicated from too many apples, leaving Jasmine the clear winner.
You imagine Jasmine is gonna because Belle, she's got balls. Yeah, she stood up to the beast.
Eventually, she did. Yeah.
But
she was still capped.
Yeah, I think if anything, she's gonna be a good mouthpiece to the champion. She can give it a talk, but can she back it up in the ring? I don't know. Snow White, like you say, she needs a backup of her 7 dwarves. So you don't really know what she's got going on there. Cinderella, she has got the glass slipper, which she could use, behind the referee's back. Oh my God, she hit the tail with the glass slipper. But all I'm thinking
it shatters.
Jasmine, she can sneak up because she's got long hair. I know she's not what's the one who throws her hair down and the guy climbs up it. Rapunzel. She's not that long, but still long enough where she could sneak up. She could choke a bitch out with that hair.
Isn't there a lady in WWE, is it Bianca Belair, who does that shit?
Bianca Belair, she does.
Yeah.
And that shit sounds... I was watching a WWE event this past weekend. And yeah, she slapped someone right across the belly with her hair, and it made a good... So, woo, woo. So there you go. Disney Princess champion this week goes to
Princess Jasmine.
Princess Jasmine. Congratulations. Okay. Now it's time for me to hand over most of the talking to Kush, because I know I wasn't going to mention it again, but I am, because I want the violins to be playing, because I am sick. And my voice, I can already feel my voice going a little bit. So it's now time for Kush to review a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
Yes, Kush's movie review. Welcome, everyone. If you are watching us in a standalone version on the YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, get the thumbs up, help the algorithm and all that bollocks. And let us know in the comments what you thought about this documentary or what you thought about the review. This week's review is Netflix's Sly. I don't like the title of this because it's pretty much on the nose, doesn't leave much room for imagination, and I don't know how to make a joke about this. It's a documentary about Sylvester Stallone. Kush, how was it?
It's very enjoyable. But yeah, this is going to be a very cut and dry review. If we go 20 minutes, I'll be incredibly surprised. Like, this is very just straightforward. About 4 or 5 months ago, Netflix released a documentary series. It was 3 single-hour episodes about the life of Arnold Schwarzenegger. I almost said Sylvester Stallone. It was about Arnold Schwarzenegger, though. It's about his youth, about his rise in Hollywood, and then about his gubernatorial campaign. And yeah, that was a nice tight package there. It just, yeah, it is one. I remember watching the Arnold documentary, which I don't remember the name of it. Is it just something stupid like Arnold? It was probably just Arnold.
I think it's called Arnold.
But they go into about his rivalry with Sylvester Stallone, and they pick up a little bit of that in here as well. In fact, apparently the documentary did so well that Sylvester Stallone thought he should also have his own documentary, within the spirit of tradition and competition. And so Netflix made a documentary. It's 95 minutes long. It's I honestly thought it would be longer. And not because Stallone is an egomaniac, which he is, but the man's life is that complicated and it is that rich and it does have history. And I do want to hear about things like Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. They actually touched a little bit on that. I would have liked them.
That's a great story, by the way. I remember him talking about that on an interview. The reason why he took that role is a fantastic story.
Goes back to the competition. He thought Arnold was going to take it and he didn't want Arnold to have it. Meanwhile, Arnold's just playing it. He was like, there's no fucking way I'm doing this stupid fucking movie. But just put it out there that I'm super interested. And Stallone went, oh no, fuck that.
I gotta take this before he does.
Yeah. Oops. Big oops. Big oops. Anyway, we get into this is obviously it's a documentary, so there's no real writer to it, but it is directed by a man named Tom Thom Zimney. And he mainly does concert features. Like, he does a lot of Bruce Springsteen. If you love Springsteen, this is your dude. So anyway, back to Stallone. He had a hard beginning, like most folks do that become super successful. He worked for everything he had. They grew up in Hell's Kitchen when it truly was a kitchen from hell. Yeah, and then something happened. Mom and dad split up. Little brother Frank went with mom. Sly went up north with dad. And what's crazy is dad is kind of a cunt. He's now dead, and if Stallone heard this, he'd probably be really, really mad at me. But this man just treated his son terribly. At some point, had Stallone not become a writer, a director, or an actor, he would have been a professional polo player.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah.
How did that? What? So he'd be on a horsey?
You're on a horsey and you got a little mallet and you hit a ball, and it's kind of like football, but on horses. I don't really know or understand it, but
I would love to see that. I would watch professional polo if someone like him was in it, and then after the game they would interview. So, Sylvester Stallone, how did you think the game went today? Oh, yeah, I think it was really good. I was riding the horse really well, and then I got the stick, and then I put the ball. It went through the hole, and I was really happy when that happened. But I'd be riveted.
That was a really good impression. Well, you'll be happy to know, or you'll be disappointed to find out that after Stallone actually, cemented his fame and actually had more than a couple bucks in his pocket, he tried to start a polo team, a professional polo team, even invited dear old dad to be a part of it. And when they were playing an exhibition match, a little friendly for those of you in the Euros, dad cheap shotted him. I didn't know you could do this, but apparently, I don't know if he elbowed him in the back or hit him with the mallet, but hit Stallone in a place where it made him fall off his horse. And they finished out the event, and that was the last event. Sylvester Stallone ever played as far as polo concerns. Sold the horses, sold the ranch, sold everything, and it's just kind of like, yeah, fuck you, Dad. I fucking hate you.
Dad, why you do that? Fucking
There was a press conference, and he called him out about it too. It's like, can you believe this man would cheap shot his own son? And everybody had a laugh, and he was just like,
no,
it wasn't
seriously.
a joke.
Fuck that guy.
I fucking hurt. I hate this guy. So, yeah.
Was the team called the Stallone?
No,
Stallone,
whatever you're trying to say, the answer is no.
I'm trying to Stallone and Stallions. I'm trying to get like a audio Stallions. There we go. No,
don't worry
okay.
about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, no.
I'll go back to bed.
It's okay. It's okay. All right, go back to bed, Mikey. Go back to bed. So yeah, again, this is very straightforward. It's 95 minutes. Like, I would have thought this would have been longer because it mainly focuses on Rocky, Rambo, and then the Expendables for some reason. This is a man who's created 3 franchises for himself. So I get that part, but wouldn't be bragging about the Expendables too much. However, there's a scene in the first Expendables. I think we even touched on it maybe in that review we did for Expendables. Stallone did a scene with Stone Cold Steve Austin in part 1. And Steve was just being Steve, but Stallone was like, hit me harder. I don't really think I should, man. Like, I'm hitting you kind of hard already, and I'm still trying to protect you. Like, hit me harder. So Steve did, and sure enough, Stallone broke his neck and like 2 parts of his vertebrae. He's had 5 back surgeries since that movie and has never been the same since. He's also in his goddamn 70s, so no shit, stupid. But yeah.
How the fuck did he break his neck and his back from a punch? Was it the fall he took?
He threw him into a wall. He threw him into a wall.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So it's there's interesting stuff in here. Again, I guess it's the best case scenario. Always leave them wanting more. But at the end of 95 minutes, I was like, there's way more stuff we could have touched on here. But yeah, in the Arnold docuseries, we bring up Arnold's infidelity, how that took a cost on his marriage, how that affected his children's relationship, how that affected the woman he had the affair with, as well as the son that she carried. You know, and he, like, you see, he's being straight up with you, he's being 100%, and he's also slightly disappointed in his own behavior. He's like, why did I do that? I had this beautiful family and I ruined it. But then I brought another child into the world here, and I've only made his life harder. Like, anyway, Stallone, I don't think there was any infidelity with him, but, like, you know, we never bring up Bridget Nielsen. We only refer to new wife as my wife.
My wife.
She don't have a name. He has 2 children, or two girls now. They don't have names. They do bring up Sage Stallone. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not. That was Sylvester Stallone's, would have been his oldest son. He was in Rocky 5 as Rocky's son, and that probably did more harm than good, because like a decade later, he took his life ODing on substance, some substance. I don't know if it was pills or coke or what his vice was, but they only mentioned that for a little bit. But, like, did you know Stallone got arrested one time I forget if he was going to Australia or New Zealand, but they caught him with a suitcase full of anabolic steroids, because guess what? He's doing the new Rambo movie, and he got to look cut and shaped.
Whole suitcase full of Jesus.
Maybe a little hyperbolic, of course, a little hyperbolic, but they did find an illegal substance on him, and he was in and out of jail within an hour. He paid a fine, and I think they deported him back to the United States. But that doesn't come up whatsoever. I was like, oh, I'd like to hear that. I'd like to hear about that.
Maybe just let him go. Can you explain why you have these on you? Oh, well, you see, I was going to do that, and I'll just get out. Just get out. Fucking hell. Oh, you're catching it from me, see?
Oh, no. Digital virus.
I should have wore a mask. My bad.
Man. So anyway, the documentary is very good. It's very short. I would have liked to know more. I can't imagine them making a sequel and going, well, here's all this other stuff we didn't talk about. It's done. It's in the can. It's fine. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. But yeah, this is a very basic run of the mill review. There's not really much to go in on it. Everything we want to talk about, it's in the documentary. So it's on Netflix, free with your subscription, and there it is.
You know what would be good? Because I think obviously the main reason, because you could argue they're always going to be compared to each other, but you could argue that the Arnold one could have been longer because obviously they, the fact of his upbringing, his dad being a Nazi, they could have. I mean, I know he touches on that and he brings it up.
They talk about it,
and then obviously, his bodybuilding, his acting, his political career, and there's a whole lot to touch on. So you could argue that could be way much longer. But I think what would be really fun, not maybe necessarily a documentary, but what would be really good is like just a sit down thing where I don't know how long, maybe an hour or an hour and a half or whatever, but just Arnold versus Stallone, and they're just hanging out, talking about their careers and how they hate each other at one point. That could be really fascinating. That could be a lot of fun, I think.
That'd be cool. It would definitely need a moderator though. Like you can just
because they would just keep talking.
In a room. Yeah,
someone needs to shut that shit down. Well, there you go. So Sly on Netflix. Boom. 4 out of 5. Check it out. Anyway, let's do some things. Let's end the podcast. Jesus Christ. Never podcast while you're sick, kids. This has probably been a terrible episode. I do apologize on my behalf.
It's one of our shortest ones in a while. It's good.
It's because it hurts to talk. And also, we had to scrap an entire Family Feud segment that I was really looking forward to.
You're never going to let me down.
No. I'm just going to have to find a list to talk about next week because it's one of my favorite segments. Although we have got, it's coming up to the end of the year, which means January is coming, which means we get our annual Pornhub rankings. Oh yeah,
that'll be fun.
My favorite time of year, that is. If you're not familiar with that, go to, I have to double check. I think it's the first episode of 2023. It might be the second, but we just break down all the Pornhub statistics. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Apparently, cartoon porn, if I remember correctly, was
that's our
very popular in America.
Our most popular episode currently.
Yes,
Americans love
some dirty bastards. Just go on YouTube to look for cartoon porn and then seeing our two faces and be like, I'm not wanking over this. Just go to.
Do you think anyone wanked the episode?
Maybe.
Like,
maybe it'd be nice. I'll take it as a compliment. But who goes to YouTube for porn?
Great. Yeah, right.
Like, there's so many other websites, better websites. Anyway,
I have to imagine, as good as the algorithm is, I bet there's some porn that even YouTube hasn't caught on to yet. Like I've done that.
Yeah, but for the effort that you'd have to find it.
But sometimes you just find it on accident. Is what I'm trying to get to here. Is like once upon a time I was just looking for something random, and then I found like a first run movie that was currently in theaters that specific week, and I was like, oh, this is the whole fucking thing. The whole thing is here. Like it's not altered, it's not edited, swears are in there, and then I didn't watch it, but I was like, well, what else is here? And like again, you hit the pause, and then that little row comes up, and I was like, oh shit, this movie is here, and this movie is here. It doesn't say like Need for Speed 2011. It's just all like consonants and letters and numbers. But yeah, the shit is there.
Porn.
I bet you there's porn on YouTube that we don't know about.
I thought your story was going to be how you found porn on YouTube and had yourself a night. Whoa!
Not yet. No.
Whoa!
I can
porn on YouTube.
Twitter for that still.
Lock the doors. It's gonna be a wild one. A wild one. That song by ZZ Top, as we found out last week. I never looked it up. I still don't know who actually sing that song, but there you go. Anyway, let's wrap this week's show up to give us all the good fuzzy feelings, because it's the middle of the week. We're almost there. Let's give ourselves a little push, make ourselves feel good inside, as we take a little trip down a story or a segment that we like to call the feel good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel good story. Who'd have thought? So, everyone thinks once you get rich, once you're a billionaire or a millionaire, you're a dick, right? No one likes Bill Gates, no one likes Jeff Bezos, no one likes Elon Musk. Once you become Mark Zuckerberg, fuck that guy. Everyone hates billionaires, right? Well, we may have finally found a rich man who's a good guy. And shockingly, he's from Canada, of course. Canadian rich men are nice. So, Canadian entrepreneur Marcel Lebrun successfully sold his software company for, quote, millions of dollars. And since then, he has embarked on a mission to address the homelessness in New Brunswick, which is somewhere in Canada. Look it up, kids, if you really want.
Somewhere
it's up north somewhere. So his latest project is a tiny home village providing affordable and secure housing for an estimated 600 formerly homeless residents. So the village comprised of approximately 75 tiny homes, which even though they're called tiny, they still have they're fully equipped and have all the amenities, like a bathroom, kitchen, living room, bedroom, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Ensuring that residents have a comfortable and dignified living space. So how this works is that residents are only required, what's their rent on this? So it all depends on how much you earn with your job, whereas residents are only required to pay 30% of their income to pay for their house.
Okay.
So that's their rent. So it's basically teach them to regain stability and work towards a brighter future, as it says here.
Sure.
The community also offers on-site job opportunities, creating employment options for its residents as well. So shout out to Marcel Lebrun. I do apologize if I'm butchering your name, but a rich man that's actually doing good and not only giving homes but jobs to the homeless and getting them back on the ladder. Good old Marcel. So you're a nice guy. We like you.
Yeah. And again, because they're Canadian, I bet they really appreciate this. Whereas if someone tried to do this here in the United States, someone tried to do this here in San Francisco, they'd be like, what do you mean you want 30% of my gross? Motherfucker, I don't have a job. Like, we'll get you a job. Don't worry. Why would I want to work? Also, you want me to be sober? This would fail before it got even out of the gate here in San Francisco.
Maybe that's what's drawn us together. Our love of wrestling, and also we come from two places that are pretty abundant in homeless people. What do we bring to this table? Oh my god, we are America, Kush. Ironically, yes. I'm English. Anyway,
it was funny when I was in Amsterdam. They were like, they're homeless everywhere now, and I was looking around. And I was like, well, I see the one guy there, but I only see the one guy. I don't see anyone else I would identify as homeless. But they're all over the place. I was like, oh, all right, that's cute.
Maybe it was
I like your version of all over the place.
Maybe it was a visual illusion, and so there was the biggest homeless person, and then behind him was a slightly smaller homeless person, and next to him was a slightly smaller homeless person,
like a Russian doll.
Yeah, and so you could only see one, but there was like 60 of them.
Wow.
all the way
That
down
would
to
be
like a
very
homeless
impressive.
baby.
A homeless baby. He's got a little beard and a bindle sack, like
And a little
wah,
puppy.
wah, change, wah.
Need formula. Did I ever tell you my famous? That sounds horrible to say. My my favorite homeless person story. That's horrible just saying it, but I remember I was walking to work. So to get to work, I had to start work at 8:30 in the morning, and I live in New Jersey. I had to work in Manhattan. So I had to leave super early to catch the bus to go into Manhattan. Blah, 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 blah. So typically I would be waking up at like 5:45, catching the bus like 6:30, 6:45, get the blah, 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 blah. So I'm walking Monday. It's cold. It's not super cold. It's not, but it's like cold. I'm tired. But this fucking sucks. And then I just look over, I just glance, and I see this homeless person laying down. And it's like it was perfectly timed where as I looked at him, he removed his penis from his pants and just started pissing on the sidewalk. Oh, there you go. Look at that. It's 8:00 in the morning. I haven't had my coffee yet, and I've already seen a homeless guy's dick. Fantastic. You can only get better, I guess, from there.
I've been in that situation once or twice here in San Francisco as well, on my way to work or on my way anywhere else. If I'm lucky, they're only pissing. Sometimes they're doing extra stuff with their cock.
X-rated. I've never seen a.
Oh, you've never seen a homeless man jack off? You have not lived until you.
I know. I feel like I've missed out now. I'm getting a bit of FOMO. I need to pop into Manhattan tomorrow. Excuse me, sir.
You're a FOMO-sexual.
How much do you want this data?
My favorite homeless story is right after 9/11. No, this is actually my story is actually very pleasant here. Let me tell you, the first job I could find after 9/11, I was working at a hotel. 9/11 happened.
The way you phrased that just made it sound like you was somehow connected. It was very hard to find a job for me after 9/11.
It was nearly impossible. No one was
on my resume.
A buddy of mine managed to have a job in retail, unfortunately, but he was like, dude, holidays are coming up. We definitely need help. If you want a job, I have an opportunity for you. And I was like, please. So he got me a job at American Eagle Outfitter. Worst 2 goddamn weeks of my life, honestly. Like, one, I was making way more money on unemployment, which would be my first time on unemployment. So seeing your minimum wage check, which is half of what you were making when you're just sitting on your ass, smoking cigarettes and drinking beer, it's very disappointing. Anyways, I don't think I necessarily got fired. I remember quitting. My assistant manager was a 19-year-old girl. I was only 23, but it's still just like, this 19-year-old chick, whatever. And the guy that she was working under was just a real cock knocker, dude. For whatever reason, like I'd be helping customers, but I'd have to go in the back to see if like something was in the back stock, and I'd hear on the radio like, "Where is Kush? Why isn't Kush on the floor?" And I'd be like, "Hey, bud, I'm working with a customer. I'm just anyway." Long story short, I quit. But they made you buy American Eagle Outfitter gear. The clothes
So you
in the
had
store.
to buy your own uniform?
Not even a uniform. You just had to buy their clothes, and your uniform is their clothes.
Yeah, so
again, I've been out of work for 2 months. Sure. All right. If you put it that way, sure. I bought a gray hoodie, which was as nondescript as possible. The American Eagle logo is as small as it could be in the lower thing here. It was a whole dumb thing. They're like, you can't even afford. I was like, bitch, I've been out of work for 2 weeks. You haven't even given me my first paycheck yet. Okay. Like,
they were talking shit about this clothes. That they're talking about I bought it here. If this is shit, why are you selling it?
No, yeah. They were making fun of me for not being able to afford the clothes with the employee discount. And I was like, been out of work for 2 months. You haven't even paid me my first check. How am I going to buy this? Whatever. We put it on a credit card that we did not want to pay interest on, but it happened anyways. And then finally, as soon as I walked out of that door on my last day there, saw a homeless guy, took my hoodie off, and I was like, "Hey man, would you like this hoodie? It's fucking freezing out here." And he's like, "What do you want for it?" I was like, "A handshake and a thank you, motherfucker." And he went, "All right." And that's my nice homeless guy story.
You called a homeless guy a motherfucker?
It's probably.
That's mean.
Kush Hayes, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah. What could I do? What could I? Maybe I'll just go and buy some pizzas, and just be like, "Hey, you hungry? Want some pizza? You motherfucker!" Just throw the pizza at him.
When I worked at Crunch Fitness, we were right next door to a Greek restaurant, and at the end of the night, they would just bring us all this food that they couldn't sell, and a lot of the personal trainers would just dig into it, and then whatever was left over, I would take with me, and literally go a block away, like, "Hey man, you want a gyro? Would you like some ramaki? Here's some pasta. It's a little heavy. It's definitely cold, but better than nothing." And sure enough, they would always thank me. So that was my second nice homeless guy story. And then I called their mother a cunt.
You want to eat this, huh? You fat fuck. It's all carbs.
Have you ever seen a homeless guy that's fat and go like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? How are you still so fat?"
Honestly, I'm sure I've mentioned this before. We'll end the show in a minute because my voice is going. But one of my favorite homeless stories involves me. When I went outside for a cigarette and I forgot my lighter, and so I asked the man on the street, "Excuse me, can I have a?" And before I could ask for a lighter, he was like, "I haven't got any change." So fuck you. I'm not homeless.
Wow. Holy shit.
Wow. I guess I wasn't looking my best that day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Whew. Mike, you're about to die. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. That wraps up another episode of Waffle Box 123. If I just let me check my calculator, that means next week 124. Woo!
Oh, that adds up. Yeah, that math correct.
Thanks for that, right. Kush, you do podcasts. You do the Bosnet Family Microdose. Is there a new episode coming out this Friday?
Number 175 with friend of the family, Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer Jameel Hemphill. We're going to talk about the fate of the MCU. Is it in trouble?
No.
Is it? Yeah, probably. Maybe.
Nah.
Maybe not.
Have you seen Loki? That shit's amazing. This new series, so fucking good.
Okay, I'm glad you like it. I'm not subscribing. I'm staying out of it.
It's one of those shows that I'm not saying, hey, you need to watch it if you're not interested in it, but of all genres, it happens. When you watch one of these shows where normally I'd like to wait until the end so I can just binge watch them, but whatever. I know I'm probably gonna get enough people gonna watch this where even if I only go on my wrestling Twitter, some cunt's gonna talk about Loki and spoil it for me. So I should watch Loki now. So I have to watch it one episode at a time, once a week, like the old days. And it's one of those shows where every episode, when it ends, like, it's so good that I'm like, fuck. I'm like angry that I have to, oh, fuck's sake, I have to wait another fucking week for this shit to continue on. I hate it. But there you go, that's my story. MCU, still alive and strong, baby. Maybe not the movies. I'm not watching the Marvels. I'm not excited about that.
It'll probably be fine.
Oh, now you're defending the Marvel MCU. Pick a side, Kush.
We're just throwing out a theory. No, we're not making declaratives. We're just like, is this in trouble? We'll find out. You guys check out Friday.
So, spoiler on Friday. You're gonna spend a whole podcast talking about, is the MCU in trouble, and at the end, you're just gonna be like, maybe not. That brilliant. Just because I'm definitely going to check that out now. I'm fascinated to see how you weave your way into that one. That'd be. I love that. I love. Like it's kind of like one of those documentaries they do about missing persons, missing peoples, and you sit there for like an hour and a half about this documentary about a missing person, and at the end of the documentary, you're like, yeah, they still haven't been found.
Yeah,
What the fuck? What? Why are you fucking making a documentary about it then? Wait,
we've done nothing, and we're all out of ideas, man.
I fucking hate those. I fucking hate them. Anyway, yeah, so check that out. Search on your favorite podcast app for Microdose, or just go to bosnet.family for the easy links. Until next time, it's a good night from me. It's a good night from Kush. Lathan, do you want to say goodbye?
To celebrate National Harvey Wallbanger Day, I think I'll go and build myself one of those and relax for the rest of the evening. Sure, I may be out of Galliano and orange juice, but I'm sure I can make it work. Good night, everyone.
There you go. Yeah, that's the right attitude, Lathan.
Where's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, man.
Until next time, I do apologize. Next week, I promise I'll be better. I'll be better. But until next week, take care of yourselves. And I struggled there. And each other.
Hugs and kisses, everybody.
That's all, folks.